Good afternoon, everybody. It's Jason with Off the Shelf Workshop. And as promised, I got myself a new little setup here that I put together to make recording easier for myself and hopefully a little bit better quality for you. So, last video, we did the unboxing of Kendalls. Just kind of went through and took a look at all of the components of this particular kit. And today, we are going to start with construction. So we're going to set the box back here on the workbench here, and we're going to jump in here. Now, I'm not going to bore you with, me just putting stuff together. I'll fast forward through some things, time lapse it for you. So it's not a, hour plus video of me just sitting here modeling. Maybe some of you like that. I don't know. Let me know. But I'm going to switch the camera over here and we're going to take a look. There you go. So you got the overhead view and the desktop view. And so as always, with any kit that I get, I read through the instructions more than once, get the history of it, how we're going to organize things. But of course, as we always, if you put these kits together, they're rooted somewhere in the northeast of actual industries. So this is what we're putting together, Kendalls, and it's just a hybrid of other buildings that were used for the prototype, and how Bob looked at it and thought, well, that would make a great kit. So that's what that section of it is for. Then we get into the tools, organization, instructions. If you've never put one of these together before, I highly suggest going through the tools. I mean, they're very helpful. Also, it's just like one of the big things is the eyesight. Get the optovisor. My eyes are getting old, and I'd like to try to save it as much. But then it goes through the paints, the chalks for weathering. This kit was produced back in 2007, so I'm sure there's been other techniques that you're more familiar with, but I just stick with these because I know that they work. Scenery paints, all the stuff that this shouldn't be new to you if you've done a South River Modelworks kit before. Then we get into site planning, how we're going to set up the kit or set up the model. And as always, there's other ways to make things work. And I think one of the things I'm going to do with this particular kit is actually not build a diorama of it. I'm just going to construct these buildings and then try to figure out where I'm going to put them on my layout at a later date. So part 4, we get in. I've already read through this section quite a bit. And one of the things I like to do, because there's so many parts in an SRM kit, that I only like to take out the parts that I'm going to be working with and leave everything else to the side. Now I've got over here, you can see I've got some easels to put my cards on. Right now I'm not getting into this part of it because I don't need these for reference. So I just let this stuff kind of hang out here in the back here. And then as I go through the instructions, it tells me exactly what I'm going to need. I'm going to need the base plan. Well, there's the base plan. I'm going to need 3/32 by 3/16 strip wood. And so I've already got that sitting out here. And this is going to be for the actual foundation. So we'll get these cut, get them sighted up. And so that's sitting there. That's ready for me to go. I'm not going to do anything with that right now. I'm going to go through these. It's also a pair of the foundation pieces. You can either paint the foundation red or whatever color you choose, or there's those brick printouts on here that you can use just a regular old glue stick to apply, which I probably will do. I prefer the look of that, even though you're not going to see much of it, just because all the scenery and whatnot goes around the bottom. So we're going to have those. So we got that first part, the foundation, the 3/16 strip wood, Kendall store stuff. So we'll do that. That's set up there. And then we're going to get into a little bit bigger work area. Prepare the foundation pieces. We're going to do that. The wood walls. All right. So parts A1 through A4, C1 through C3, D1 through D3, F1 through F4, G1 through G3. So, and where are we going to find all this stuff? Well, thank goodness we have these laser cut wall cards. And so I like getting all this stuff out and going through it one by one to make sure I have all the pieces for one. I've never ran into something where I haven't had all the pieces, but with all the kits I have. And then the 1/16 basswood, so that we can reinforce our walls, because these will warp if you don't put weight on them. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking for right now, and we're going to start getting these all out and figuring what we're going to go with. All right. Did I say one? What did I say here? Oh, the sides are the 1/16. Yeah, these are the 1/8 square basswood. This is all the bracing that we have for this kit. So there's going to be plenty of them so that we can secure our walls. We're not going to get into painting and weathering just yet. We want to get this part of it done first. So like everything, I want to make sure I have all those parts. All right, so we're going to put that up there for now. We're going to keep our bracing stock. We're going to look at our laser cut walls. We start on card number 3 for this, because I believe card 1 is all your castings, and we're not doing castings yet. So I'm going to break this open, and we're going to start labeling these. I just love doing this. So glad I'm getting to be able to start on this. All right. And always remember, if you haven't used clapboard, there's just one direction. Like this window's in the middle here, so it can either go this way or that way. Always feel you should always hear you can feel the way the clapboard is. I don't know if that will focus in on that. All right, looking good. This part has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6 pieces on that. Just laying everything out right now. Then I'll go through and I'll start labeling. Like right here, this is A2. Pretty easy. There's A1. Most concerned with now is doing all of this bracing so that these don't warp. Now in the instruction it says to use the bricks that come in a firebox, or that you use to build a firebox in a fireplace for. I don't have any of those, but I have things around here that I can weigh down. So Right now, it just looks like I'm gonna end up getting this stuff all cut and start gluing everything back. Very important to make sure you read through the instructions. See illustration 6 for bracing modifications. So you got that references everything in our book here. See, illustration 6, parts modifications to hold back bracing 1/64 from the edge of the wall. Do this for both parts A1, A2. So it's very important to go back and read and read. This will hold back an 1/8 of an inch. So hold back 1/8 of an inch as we go down. Because once these get glued on, it's real difficult to take back apart. All right, moving on. A1, let's go. Favorite thing to use for cutting strip wood. It's quick. Here's all our strip wood. So I cut everything first, and then then I will glue so I can get everything weighted down. All right, so A1, let's see color bracing modifications. A1, hold back bracing. That's A4. That's why I label it all. Start with A1. A1. All right. So in the instructions here, it says to remove half the thickness. We're not going to do that yet. We're going to do that after we get everything glued into place. So all right, so cards 5 and 6 were this. Got that. So we're going to start off with card 5. And I just go through. I just do quick. So let's see, I'm going to need for that, for A1, I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to need 5 at the same size. Now, I don't do jigs or anything like that. I just use this, do that, come back around, measure it off. Number 2. That's going to be a little bit smaller, so I usually just will hold off and put that somewhere else. You can see how much these will flex. You get the glue on there and you don't brace it, they're gonna bow. But don't let that deter you from building this. These are, I just love doing these things. I like checking the size because I don't like cutting stuff once they're glued. So these don't have to be exact. right, so there you have it. We have all of our bracing cut and ready to glue into place. They checked them off on my cards here. The only one I did not do is K1. This is a part of the building that this is going to get folded, and so there will be bracing in this, but that's not until like section 5. Oh yeah, 5.32 there. So the next thing I'm going to do is on all these cards, we have our holdbacks, 1/8 of an inch, hold back 1/8 of an inch. We're going to go through and we're going to verify all that, and then I'm going to mark the 1/8 of an inch where I need to glue, because once I start gluing, that's all I want to be doing is gluing and get these things underneath some weight so that they don't warp. So I'm going to do that. I got a tool back here. All right, so yes, I had to go find this, and I like to use these. Always take this part off, the square. This ruler is divided into 4 different sections. We got 30-seconds, we have 1/16 on this side, and then we have 1/8 and 1/16 on that side. So in that way I can go through, look at my cards again, put these up here. So I got to hold back on A1, A2 on this side for 1/8. So I'm going to pull those up. Here's A2. And A1. A1, A2. And it's telling me I need to hold back on this one on this side 1/8, and then on this side 1/8. So wouldn't you look like that? I got 1/8 here. Put that right up to the top. Do 1/8. And 1/8. Just draw the straight line. So then that way I know my setback for this piece right here is going to go just like that. So now I'm just do it all for all these down. All right, so I've got everything marked off where the setback is going to need to be on these pieces. Next thing that there's left to be done is glue and get them under the weights. That will happen next. Glued up over here. So switch this cam. So I lay everything on this, sandwich all of our pieces in between, and I weight things down on top of this with another board, and yeah, get a lot of weight, just put it on there, let it set up for 24 hours, and we're good to go. So that's the next step in the process. And so what I will do is I'm going to make some room over on this side of the desk. Got a lot of stuff going on here. Let's set this over here, that over there, and I just do tight bond. I have had 0 issues with this. Lots of glues and things over there, and I just usually have a little plastic tray or something. I think X-Acto knives came in this, and I've been using this years and years. Pardon me. All right. So we've got all of our pieces. We got our bracing cards, number 5 and number 6. Get myself a toothpick. I'm gonna switch these up over here so now you can see what I'm doing. Tight bond. Some toothpicks. I'll set those back over there. All right. Time to start gluing. All right, so there you have it. Everything has been braced up. We got it on our board. Next thing to do, bring in our bigger board in our big Webster's dictionary. Set a weight on there like that and let those dry. Okay, to wrap up the rest of the day, what we're going to do is the base plan. I'm going to trim out the base plan here, and then I'm going to cut our 3/32 and by 3/16 wood for our foundation base, and then I'll apply the brick patterns here. So switch this over. Start on that piece. So I'm going to use my scale rule. And I'm just going to cut along all these lines here. Always good to have a sharp blade. New one I just put in. Let's cut this out real quick. And there you have main store building. Next we'll do the foundation pieces here. Get these cut next. right, there we have it. We got the foundation in. Had to do a little um, extra because I didn't have enough pieces. I might have done it wrong. I don't know. But anyway, next time we will get to the weathering of the walls. We'll finish up this foundation and we'll see where that leads us next. But until then, my eyes are done. It's been a lot of looking down, and but it feels really good to get started on this build. It's been a while since I finished up Delbar. I hope you guys enjoy this. Let people know that this build's going on over here at Off the Shop Workshop. And also check out the South River Modelworks fan showcase over on Facebook as well. Try to do all the links and all that kind of stuff. But until then, happy modeling, and we'll see you next time.